It's the vlogging Colonel. This is the Colonel's vlog. Greetings, everyone. It's the Colonel here. And I'm at the old Middletown Aetna gas station here in Middletown, which is the first gas station in Middletown back in the early 1900s. I'm just going to take a look around here. I had a plan to go to another spot today. In fact, I did go out there, just ran out of time. Look at this old pump. This is the original gas pump. So this is Middletown's first gas station. And it's located right here, downtown Middletown. And it was built in 1920, 20-ish, by I.W. Keisenberry. Served as the first fueling stop for the community here in Middletown. It was a very short-lived gas station because they built the US 60 Shelbyville Road right here in 1936, and that just diverted the traffic. So it only pumped gas for maybe 10 years or so. But this antique Dean pump hasn't dispensed a drop of fuel since 1936. It's been sitting here almost 100 years. And last dispensed fuel in 1936 out of that fuel handle. And it spent several decades as a dry cleaner, a taxi stand, and it was donated to the city in 1996 and was restored using a federal grant. And you can walk right by it. In fact, it's open right now. There's a little plaque. During the late 40s, Sam Tucker and a group of enterprising youths rented this building and started Middletown's first car wash. After numerous changes, the building stood vacant and fell into severe disrepair. In 92, Sam was appointed to the Middletown Historic Preservation Commission and was later elected to the City Commission. One of his first projects was to restore this building, which is actually open right now. I don't think it's usually open. Tiny little place. Not much here. It's old-fashioned water fountain. It does not work. Yeah, really cool old building. Anybody driving through Middletown sees this building. And I've always wondered a little bit about it, so I thought I'd stop by and look at it. Middletown's first gas station. How cool is that? We got one more place I want to stop by while we're here. This is a cool little spot. I've done a vlog back when I did the old vlog and covered some of these buildings. Just one more look at that gas station. That gas pump. Look at that. So cool. Hasn't pumped a drop of gas in 100 years. It's a bird's nest in there. So cool. We walk right up the street and we'll be right back at it. So this is the old Middletown Station, which was also a tavern in Middletown. So Middletown, if you haven't, we're in Middletown, Kentucky. And there's a lot of really cool historic buildings here, but this would have been pretty far off the beaten path from the city of Louisville, about 15 miles away, which at this point, Middletown is basically right next to Louisville. Back then, This would have been pretty far out of the way. And the Davis Tavern, built in the early 1800s. And this was a stagecoach shop. And this is, if you've been around Louisville, the Breckenridge Lane and all of the Breckenridge stuff. Their family would have been out this way. But this acted as a slave trading post at one point in time, before it was a tavern, before it became a stagecoach and hotel. And then I guess the early 1840s, it kind of served a dual purpose. It was a place of hospitality for travelers, people passing through. But because Middletown sat on a major toll road between Louisville and Lexington, it became a bit of a slave trading outpost. Because during this time, Kentucky was a major exporter of enslaved peoples. And sites like this tavern were the starting points for many who were sold on downriver to work as labor in the cotton plantations down further south. And some historians have noted that in a lot of locations like this, near the major slave transit routes, a lot of enslaved people would have been kept shackled in pens and cellars. And there's a local museum here that also has some interesting artifacts from that era that at some point I'll come visit. The Weatherby name comes from the family of Lawrence Weatherby, Kentucky's 48th governor, and his grandfather, Dr. Luther Weatherby, lived in the house that eventually was converted into the tavern portion over here. So it's interesting. This would have been an old slave place. Now it's a city hall. They've converted it to use as a city hall. It is cold. It is really cold. We were filming the vlog yesterday in shorts and t-shirts, and today it is snowing and my fingers are frozen. It's brutally cold. So I'm getting back in the vehicle. That was a quick vlog. Oh, let me see if I can not hit the police car with my car. That would not be good. But yeah, that was a stagecoach stop. It was a secret slave trading outpost. And it was a tavern for many years. Now it is City Hall. And now the police are here, so it's time for me, the Colonel, to flee. Until next time, hopefully tomorrow, adieu.